Hello and welcome students. In the last video lecture I had explained you the exercise 4.2 that was totally based on the method of least square. Now in this video lecture I am going to explain you the third method of measuring trend, that is the moving average method. Now what is moving average method? Moving average method has been developed in order to eliminate or remove the short-term variations or components that were existing in the least square method. Okay. Now in case of moving average method, the unit of time may be different. It may be either on daily basis, it may be monthly, weekly, quarterly or yearly. Quarterly or yearly. It means it depends upon the question. It can be given the question that find the moving average, find the 3 yearly moving average. It can be given to you 4 quarterly moving average. It can be given to you 5 monthly moving average, and so on. So the unit of time depends, or it can be in any form. It can be daily, monthly, weekly, quarterly or yearly. Okay. So before starting with the practical sums of moving average, let us discuss what are the merits and demerits of this method. Okay. As you can see on the board, I have written the merits and demerits of the moving average method. First of all, the merits. The first point, that is short-term variations are eliminated. Already I have discussed by discussing the meaning of moving average method, that whatever the short-term variations or short-term components that were existing in the least square method, that are eliminated or removed in this method, that is moving average method. So that is one of the advantage of this method. Okay. Next one, that is calculation is easy, less and simple. It means whatever the calculations you will be doing by this method, that is quite easy and understandable even to the average students also. So easily you can score good marks from this sum that has been asked in the question. Now students, before continuing with the limitations, I would like to make it clarified that this sum, moving average method sum, will be asked in section F for 5 marks. Okay. So certainly one question would be of this method in section F of 5 marks. So easily you can score 5 out of 5 because this method is quite easy. Okay. Now after understanding the advantages or merits of moving average method, let us clarify what are the demerits of this method also. The first one, that is trend is not accurate if the interval for moving average is not chosen correctly. It means if the average is to be chosen, if the time is to be taken as 3 yearly, and instead of 3 yearly you have taken as 4 monthly or 4 yearly. Okay, so if you have not taken the average of time, or if you have not taken the interval of moving average correctly, then naturally the answer would not come correct. So we have to be very much utmost careful while taking the, or while deciding the interval of moving average. Second one, that is the estimates of trend for some initial and last time periods cannot be obtained. Okay, so that you will understand with the help of the practical sums. You can see on the board one practical sum of exercise that I have taken. Here you can see the first column of trend I have done dash, and the last column, last value also I have done as dash. It means there is no trend in the starting period and at the end period. So this is one of the limitations, that estimates of trend of some of the initial periods and the last time periods, you cannot get it through this method. Okay. Next one, third and last limitation, a specific mathematical formula is not obtained for future estimates. Just as in least square method, we are applying specific formula, mathematical formula equation, and on that basis we are getting the accurate answer or estimate accurate trends. Okay. But in this method, there is no utilization of specific mathematical formula. So exact trend of future estimates cannot be available by this method. So this is also the limitations of moving average method. Now after understanding the merits and demerits of this method, let us today start with exercise 4.3, that is page number 177 of your textbook. There are basically 3 different types of sums that are coming in examination and even in your course of syllabus, that is of 3 yearly moving average, 4 yearly and 5 yearly. Today we will be discussing the first type of moving average method, that is the 3 yearly moving average, and based on that method or based on that calculation, that is exercise 4.3 question 1, today I am going to explain it to you. Okay, let us read that question. Find the trend by 3 yearly moving averages from the following data about the sales in 10 lakh rupees of a company. Now students, in the question already it would be mentioned to find 3 yearly, 4 yearly or 5 yearly. So accordingly the calculation will differ if it is 3 yearly, if it is 4 yearly and if it is 5 yearly. So today we are going to discuss the first one, that is 3 yearly moving average method. Okay, so here you can see the data has been given of year and the sales that is given to you 10 lakh rupees. So whatever the year that has been given to you will utilize the time from series chronological order from from ascending to descending order. Okay, so here you can see first of all I have written year, that is 2006 up till 2015, and afterwards the time that you are doing that you are doing in the previous method also, least square method also, that you are taking in chronological order from ascending to descending order. Okay, so here you can see 1, 2, 3, 5, total 10 years data has been given to you. So up till 10 time will be carried forward up till 10. Okay. Then afterwards y, that is sales that is given to you in 10 lakh rupees, that is represented as y over here. Okay, that is already given to you in question, that is 3, 4, 8, 6, 7, 11, 9, 10, 14 and 12. All these values of sales that are given in 10 lakh rupees, that are given in 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so that are represented as y over here. Okay, now after getting the columns of t and y, what would be the next step in this method? Okay, first of all the heading that I have given, that is 3 yearly moving total. First of all you have to find the total of 3 yearly, and then afterwards from that 3 yearly you have to find the average by dividing by 3. If it is 4 over here, then you have to divide by 4. If it is 5, then divide by 5. Okay, here it is 3 yearly moving average. So whatever the total comes in this column, that you have to divide by 3, and then you will get the trend of each and every year. Okay, so first of all let us see how to find the total of each and every year. You can see first space I have written dash. It means no any total I have done in the first time period, that is 1. Okay, so always see that in the 3 yearly moving average the first time would remain nil. There would be no any calculation in the first time period. Okay, then afterwards from the second time period t, we have to start our calculation. How to do the calculation? Whatever the y value is given to you, you have to do the total of 3 values of y. Okay, so here you can see I have done the total of 3 plus 4 plus 8. You can see in the second column I have written that is 3 plus 4 plus 8. What would come? 3 plus 4, that is 12, 7. 7 plus 8, that would come to 15. Okay, so first one answer that came in place of time, that is 2, that is 15. Okay, always see that whenever 3 yearly moving average has been asked you in the question, the first value that would come as nil. You have to start your calculation of total from the second time period only. Okay, now in the same way, now in case of 3, when the t value is 3, what would come the total? See, whatever the previous total was there, that you have to place as it is. It means 15 as it is over here. From that, the first value you will subtract and the next value you will add. Okay, so from 15 you will subtract 3, that is the first value, and you will add the next value after 8. What is the next value after 8? That is 6. Okay, so 15 minus 3 plus 6 you will get, that is 18. Okay, now in the same way, whatever the total comes, you have to take in the next time period. Here the total came 18. Okay, so again you will take as 18. From 18 you will subtract the last one, that is 4. Okay, in the last one you will subtract 3. Now in this one you will subtract 4. You have to subtract 1 by 1. The previous value of the y that you have to subtract, and the next value you have to add. Okay, so here you can see from 18 I have subtracted 4. So 18 minus 4 and plus 7. That is the next value after 6. That will be plus. Okay, so 18 minus 4 it would come to 14, and 14 plus 7 it would come to 21. Okay, now again the same total you will take in the next time period. So 21 minus, see, first you had subtracted 3, then you had subtracted 4, then you had subtracted 8. Okay, so now you have to subtract which value, that is 8. Okay, so 21 minus 8, and what you will add? In the last you had added 7, so now you will add 11. Okay, so 21 minus 8 plus 11, it will come to 24. Okay, Now same total you will take in the next time period. So 24 over here. Now previously you have subtracted 8. So 8 you have subtracted. Now which value you will subtract? That is 6. Okay. So negative 6 and plus last you have subtracted. Last you have added 11. So now you will add the next value, that is 9. So the same way you have to subtract one of the previous value and add the subsequent values. Okay. So 24 minus 6 plus 9 will come 27. Okay. Now the same total in the next time period, that is 27. Now 27 previously you had subtracted 6. Okay. So now you will subtract next value, that is 7. So 27 minus 7 you had done previously plus 9. So now you will do the next value, that is plus 10. 27 minus 7 plus 10 will come to 30. Okay. Now that same total again you will take in the next time period, that is 30. Now previously you had subtracted 7. So here you had subtracted 7. Now we will subtract the next value, that is 11. So 30 minus 11. Last you had added 10. So now we will add the next value, that is 14. Okay. So minus 11 plus 14, the answer that will come to 33. Now in the last value, again we will take the total, that is for the next time period, that is 33. So 33, last you have subtracted 11. So next value you will subtract, that is 9. So 33 minus 9 and last you had added 14. So now you will add the last value, that is 12. Okay. So 33 minus 9 plus 12 is equal to 36. Okay. Now see, last time period the value or the total would remain nil, because now there is no any value after 12 that is given to you. So the last time period or the last total you will not be able to get. So always there will come nil in the initial time period and the last time period. Okay, so that you have to remember. And initially when you start doing this sum, see that the first and the last period you do the dash only, so that no any mistake would occur while calculating the totals. Okay. Now after doing the total, now the average is very easy to find. That is just first value, first trend that would be dash. The second trend you will find, that is 15. All the values that total you have got, you have to just divide by 3. Because here in the question it has been asked to you to find the 3 yearly moving average. So each and every value or total that you have got in this column, that you will divide by 3. Okay. So 15 divided by 3 would come to 5. 18 divided by 3, 6. 21 divided by 3, 7. 24 divided by 3, 8. 27 divided by 3 is equal to 9. 30 divided by 3 is equal to 10. 33 divided by 3 is equal to 11. And 36 divided by 3 is equal to 12. And last value that would be nil, just as in case of total. The first and last value that would be nil. In the same way, in the column of trend also the first and last value that would be nil. Okay. So this method is quite easy, and easily you can score 5 marks in the board examination in section F, because 110% according to the board pattern, one sum is asked of this method in section F. Okay. So this is the first method today, students, we have discussed, that is the 3 yearly moving average. Do revise this method again by referring the video lecture. In the next video lecture, I will be explaining you 5 yearly moving average. Till then, goodbye, stay blessed.